Let's talk about a new way of thinking about wellness. What if you could tackle some of the biggest everyday health challenges? Things like pain, not being able to sleep, or just feeling stressed out, all without a single pill? Well, today we're diving into a technology that aims to do exactly that, and it all comes in a simple little patch. I know, it almost sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But this is a very real question being answered by a company with something they call super patches. The whole idea is to work with your body's own systems to get results, and the best part, it's completely drug-free.
So how in the world does this actually work? Okay, think of it like this. On the surface of every patch, there's a special ridged pattern. It's kind of like a unique QR code, but it's for your nervous system. When that patch touches your skin, it activates the nerves just below the surface and sends very specific signals straight to your brain. Your brain then gets these messages and knows exactly what to do, whether that's turning down the volume on pain or kicking off the process of relaxation for sleep. It's all about using the power of touch to speak your brain's own language.
And this simple idea could represent a huge shift in personal wellness, all in a tiny little package. So let's look at what this patch-sized revolution is all about.
So at its core, a super patch is exactly what it sounds like, a completely drug-free patch. But instead of using chemicals, it's using those unique patterns we just talked about to send signals through your nervous system, targeting really specific goals, from helping you manage pain to getting a better night's sleep.
Now, it's a really cool concept, for sure. But the big question is, does it actually work? Well, this is where it gets interesting. Let's look at the proof in the numbers, because the data from university-led studies tells a pretty compelling story. And we're not just talking about anecdotes here. The information we're about to go through comes straight from formal studies designed to measure the real-world impact of this technology. So this gives us a solid scientific foundation for the claims. Okay, let's start with a huge one, pain. In studies on the Freedom Patch, users reported an average pain reduction of 72%. 72! And what's really amazing is that for most people, this relief kicked in fast. We're talking under 20 minutes. That is an absolutely incredible result from a simple, non-addictive patch.
And what about sleep? We all know how important that is. Well, when they tested the REM patch, users fell asleep 50% faster. Just think about that for a second. That's cutting the time you spend tossing and turning in half. For anyone struggling with sleep, that is a total game changer.
And of course, in the crazy world we live in, there's stress. The Peace Patch was shown to reduce perceived stress levels by 33%. A one-third drop in how much stress you feel could make a massive difference in your day-to-day life, all without any medication. When you see these numbers all together like this, you really start to get a feel for how versatile this technology is. You've got a 72% drop in pain, falling asleep 50% faster, and even a 31% improvement in balance and stability. It's so clear this isn't just a one-trick pony. This is a whole platform designed for a wide range of wellness goals.
So, with such powerful results in a few key areas, the next question is obvious. What else can these patches do? Well, that brings us to the full lineup of solutions they offer. And believe me, the applications go way beyond just the few we've talked about. There are actually 13 different patches, and each one has its own unique pattern that's been engineered to help with a specific part of your well-being.
This chart just breaks it all down so well. You can see how everything is organized by what you're trying to achieve. You've got performance patches for things like strength and energy, mind and mood for stress and focus, recovery for pain and sleep, and even foundation for core things like balance. It's really like a complete toolkit for helping you feel your best.
So when you pull back and look at the big picture, what's this all about? It's really about making wellness simpler and more accessible. This technology puts real, tangible improvements right at your fingertips.
And honestly, this quote from the source material just nails it. The goal isn't just to be innovative. It's about creating drug-free solutions that actually make a difference in our overall well-being and our quality of life. So let's quickly recap the main points here. First, we've got a completely drug-free approach to feeling better. Second, and this is huge, it's backed by real, measurable results from scientific studies. It also targets the specific things that so many of us struggle with: sleep, pain, stress. And finally, it offers its whole range of solutions with one simple goal: to help improve your quality of life.
And that leaves us with one last big question to think about. As we're all looking for better ways to take control of our own health, could simple yet powerful technologies like this be the future of personal self-care? It's a future that might be a lot closer than any of us think.